So we're back again. Good day, everyone. So, as what I've said from the previous videos regarding ISPTik, uh, we have finally came up with the multi-Mikrotik version. This is as of version 1.9. Uh, uh, Typical changes is uh, on the login, it will ask which Mikrotik router you want to connect. Okay? So, just the same. For example, I have to connect to my main Mikrotik. Okay? So, this loading depends on the internet connections. So, I'm having trouble with internet connections. Okay. I have also tested uh, some values in uploading data, like for example the subscriptions or profiles for different subscriptions or connections, may it be hotspot, the CP, or the PPPoE server. So there we go. So as you will look at a notable changes you will see is I have actually included on the header menu the current Mikrotik being connected or being remote or being integrated by your ISPTik applications. So this will change based on your choice on the login or in the login. Okay? So if we head to settings and then Mikrotik. So Mikrotik now, I think as of version 1.8, Mikrotik settings is now expressed or delivered in a tabular manner. So if in previous version as of version 1.7, I guess it is actually expressed as a modal. So this time, since we have successfully supported for multiple microtext, so this is what it's gonna look like. So there you have it. I have actually listed 3 microtexts. So if I want to add microtext, so I will just have to describe my microtext. So may it be hex. Okay, so IP address. So take note of this IP address. So uh, this video will not cover or discuss on this particular method of connecting to your different microtext. It is your way to or how you will be able to connect with your multiple microtext. Uh, if I were you, you have to research on the routed networks, or if you have an idea of connecting to different microtext in an routed network, it is pretty much easy. So you will just have to change interfaces from your physical computer where your remote microtech is actually accessible. Just research on that. So this is actually based on IP address. As long as this computer, the computer you're using is actually connected or has a connection to that microtech, it is always possible as long as you have enabled the proper API or the correct API settings and then the correct user account. Okay, so like for example, I have, let's just this make this 8728, so blah blah blah, and then admin. So in adding Mikrotik, um, it is always safe to remove the admin uh, in adding Mikrotik user account or user. It is always suggested that you remove the default admin, replace this with anything but not admin, and then uh, always put the password. Okay, so like for example is that. Okay, so there you go, new Microtech successfully added. All right, so there you go, there I have it. So if I want to edit and just click the model, what is the model? RV9 950. Don't know what is the, so let's RV950, right? So save changes. Okay, so there you go. So RV950. So actually I could automate this one, but for the sake of your preferences, I would leave it this as your discretion, or the values that would appear in model would be always your discretion, as well as the title or the descriptions. So there you go. I have actually set up additional Microtech. So if you have multiple Microtech, no need to worry. You can remote this, and you can always import the PPP accounts, the profiles from your remote Microtech within the billing system. Okay? So when you imported your PPP accounts from your remote Microtech devices, there is now actually a uniform billing system. They will be all considered as clients, unique clients, and they will be computed, or their monthly dues will be computed accordingly. So that's what I've tested. I always look into the accuracy of the values that is being generated by the software, because this is a billing system. All right. So like for example, if I have take note also that if I access on subscriptions, actually, the subscriptions is just a profiles. Uh, it may be a PPP profiles, or the CP server, or a hotspot profiles. So take note of this. There is an additional column uh, named Mikrotek. So, like for example, if I am logged in to my main Mikrotek, so all of the profiles that is available on my main Mikrotek, will be listed, or that's the only list. That's the only profiles that will be listed. It will not include the Microtech, the PPP profiles from other remote Microtechs. Okay, so for the accuracy and to avoid discrepancy, all right. So like for example, we have the subscriptions. So just the same, it actually reads and checks whether a certain profile is actually synced or not into the database of the billing system. Okay? So just the same, if a particular profile from the Microtech is not synced to the billing system subscription, it will be listed. Just refer to my previous videos on how to set up or how to bind PPP profiles, DHCP profiles, or subscriptions to your billing system. So you just need to click this one action, and then this is very important, because in binding, that is the time or the instance that you are gonna be putting the prices of your profiles. That is very important. All right. So just the same, I have set up hotspot, internet, and then PPPoE. So in the PPPoE module, it also includes a column for Mikrotik. So whatever uh, or whatever Mikrotik you are logged into, it will just list the PPPoE secrets or PPPoE accounts within that Mikrotik you are currently logged on. All right. So this will not list other PPP accounts from your other Mikrotiks. It's because this has a integration. So like for example, uh, I am logged into my main. So if this has an integration, if I will change profile, all right, so from a certain profile or a certain speed, uh, the API could actually reach that particular Mikrotik. So, if for example, I have actually listed and not filter out uh, PPP accounts that is not listed on the Mikrotik, since I am connected, the API is currently connected to my main Mikrotik, there will be a discrepancy. Alright? So, if, like for example, if I am connected to Hoplite, and I list all the PPP profiles that is synced to this billing system, there will be now a discrepancy, an instance of discrepancy. So to avoid that, I actually did this method to avoid such discrepancies. All right. So actually, that is the only notable changes. I have supported multiple Mikrotiks across different devices. So the challenge now is how will you be able to connect between your Mikrotik devices. Okay. So actually, you have to research, or you could just even do some workarounds. So in doing some workarounds, it is actually very manual. You have to plug in, plug out your UTP cables, and then just switch interfaces where your remote Microtech uh, could be reached on that particular interface. Uh, yeah, but just the same, the challenge now is on how you will be able to remote or connect your different Microtech across your network. So it could be your Microtech, your different Microtechs could be a single a client for a network, all right? And then your PC is also a client for that particular network. So just to sort of that, yeah, you have to discover with your own style, with your own method. As long as your network is fully routed and the computer you're using or your ISPTik machine has connection to that particular microtext IP address, you will have no problem dealing with the connection or dealing with uh, connection between microtech or between ISPTik to your different microtext. So I will just have to log out, and then let's see if so let's say for example, a while ago I have logged in to main router. So this time we'll have to log in to, let's say this one, RV 4011. Right. So if in the case uh, you log in to a unconfigured or invalid credentials, it will just redirect you again to the setup Microtik page. But this time, selecting the Microtech you have previously or you have selected during your logon. Alright, so you just need to have a proper IP address, proper port number, and then the user and the account. So yeah, that's gonna be it. So if this computer has no route or has no connection to your Mikrotik, this particular portal or this particular page will pop up until you set up the proper IP address and the proper user account. So if I have to log out again and then select to my main, then sign in, actually there is no problem switching to networks. So if in the case I have to set up, or let's say for example I have to delete this main, the labeled main, it is impossible because ISPTik doesn't allow you to delete your main Mikrotik, alright, as well as the currently selected Mikrotik, even if it's not your main Mikrotik. So what do I mean? So let's just first log out. So this is my main, so I have to log into my secondary or to my other Mikrotik. So if I have to log in, right, same as happened. I have successfully logged in, and then look at the Mikrotik. I have actually selected is Mikrotik. So if I head to settings and then Mikrotik, so if I delete my main Mikrotik, it is impossible. ISPTik will not allow deleting your main Mikrotik, as well as deleting the currently selected Mikrotik. Just the same. Router currently in use could not delete. But for these other two, uh, you could actually remove it with no problems. Alright? So that's the idea. So you cannot delete a currently selected or currently being used Mikrotik as well as your main Mikrotik. Alright? So that's the idea. So by default, as long as you operate within the ISPTik web app and not heading to the database, which I explicitly uh, give access the administrative password for your phpMyAdmin. So as long as you operate within the web application of ISPTik, you will have no problem dealing with the application. All right, just don't overcommit, and if you have some questions, or if you need to modify some settings on the database, please ask assistance. All right, so if it's to avoid discrepancies and unforeseen errors. Okay, so that's it about version 1.9, and I hope for those persons that are very hesitant in getting the software, so maybe this time this would be a trigger for your successful purchase. All right, so that is the idea. So multiple Microtech finally realized as of version 1.9, even though I have promised it on version 2.0, but as early as version 1.9, there you have it. All right, so the official file, official image of this will be available, I guess, within a day from the this upload of the video. So it could be on April 12, standard Philippine time. Okay, so that's it. So there are no uh, additional fixes. I only made some changes on the part of the module of the licensing and this multi-microtik support, because this was a very challenging way to do to support multiple microtek, because there are a lot of changes I've made on the database. So luckily I have uh, find a way to uh, make it concise as much as possible, so I didn't have to rewrite or re restructure every code or every modules affected by this multi-microtech. So as few as the PPPoE and the subscription module, that is just what was affected on this particular multi-microtik support. So again, so thank you, and for those who have availed, if you want to upgrade, just seek for my assistance, and we will do it in our both in our available time. All right. So I will not make this too long. So 21 minutes. Actually, it's too long. So there you go. Multi-microtik support finally realized as of version 1.9. So there are a lot of updates coming. Just watch out for our Telegram support, uh, because the email support, I think it's not gonna be available, because Google has to update their APIs regarding about this email or this list secure apps. It's gonna be until May or end of the May that this emailing API using Gmail is gonna be available. So no problem with the SMS using Twilio, although I have plans adding a GSM modem or ISPTik, so wherein you will just have to load or have subscribed the Anlitex, and then you will just have to purchase a particular modem attached to your ISPTik server, and that would do the messaging service rather than using the Twilio, which is online. Okay, so that would be all, and thank you.